My patients are so sick of me hearing about the wedding, gotta lose weight for the wedding, all this stuff.
She's so crazy.
So not too long before I went on vacation for this event, I was telling one of my patients who was a hip fracture patient, very bored, and I said, okay, I'm gonna put you to work and you can help me make a speech for my sister's wedding. And she said, that should be pretty easy. You know, just think of all the good and the bad, and you can talk about like funny stuff and all that. So I started thinking about it, and when it comes to my sister, I really cannot think of a lot of bad moments. I can think of a couple. Her getting me into trouble when we were teenagers, because she always wanted to break curfew, and I always was the one that was like, we gotta go, we gotta go. So she got me a lot in trouble for that. I'll get to the good part. And I also thought about, not too long ago, Mexico. I mean, although it was nobody's fault, we were stuck in New Mexico. It was an ordeal, but we had a longer bachelor party, so that turned out being very good. But for the most part, I think of nothing but wonderful memories with her for 34 years. We slept in the same bed until we were in our 20s, not just in the same room, in the same bed. So we spent a lot of time together. All my memories, she's always been there. When I think about paramount moments in my life, my marriage, she was my maid of honor. When I delivered both my kids, she was there. When Draven, my firstborn, was a baby, he woke up one night having seizures, and my sister was the first one there, even before 911 came. And I just cannot imagine having my life without her. She's absolutely the best. I love her to death. I respect her so much. And when you love somebody so much like that, you want nothing but just happiness for them. And that's where Danny comes in. He has been nothing but wonderful to my sister, my nieces, Raven and Jade, my family. And although their life together is going to be full of ups and downs like any marriage, I just still want to wish them both much love, health, and happiness today and every day for the rest of their lives together. Salute.
You know she's drama. She's like a boring. Oh gosh,
so I'm not that good at this speech thing. But I will tell you a story. About a month and a half ago, we were at JoAnn and Danny's house, and they had a barbecue, and the girls were inside talking about the wedding, and the guys were outside drinking, trying to forget about the wedding. And Carmen comes out. Danny's mom comes out and sits next to me, and the girls come out, and Danny goes up by the porch to stand next to JoAnn, and Carmen is staring at Danny. And I'm looking at Carmen, and she's still staring at Danny, and I finally tell Carmen, why are you staring so hard? And she's like, oh, my little boy's all grown up. I look at her and I'm like, that boy has not grown since 4th grade. But she slapped me. And it made me think, I'm like, wow, I have a speech to write. So I started asking people around, and I even asked this old lady at work. And she gave me some pretty good advice. She said, your speech should be like a woman's miniskirt. And I had said, what do you mean? She said, it shouldn't be that long. It should be like a woman's miniskirt. Like, what do you mean by long? 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes? She's like, no, it should be short enough where it's interesting, but long enough where it covers the important parts. And this is an old lady. I'm like, all right, cool. So now that I got the time, the time figured out, I'm like, all right, now I got to figure out what to say. So this is when I go to the internet. And after my computer spontaneously went to like porn sites and Facebook, I finally got into Google. And so I got to Google, and it's funny because you can tell the difference between a single man saying a speech and a married man saying a speech. Because a single man says something like, marriage is the never-ending story of love, and love is bliss, and whatever. And a married man, says, happy wife, happy life, it's just agree. And they even said something about, marriage is the only war where you sleep with the enemy. So, so I'm like, okay, so I figured, all right, I can definitely, go through that. And it also said if you ever need some inspiration, just read up Martin Luther King. And it's funny because we both had a dream, but mine was a little dirty, so I couldn't. So I couldn't go off that. So I decided, just let me think of what I have to say for myself. And I've known Danny for 15 years. Danny, I love you, man. You're my brother. You're my friend. JoAnn, I know your sister thinks Danny's lucky, but but you're also lucky. Secondly, as JoAnn said, in your marriage there's going to be ups and downs. I just hope in your marriage the ups and downs happen in the bed. Raise your glass. I want to say, to a happy marriage, may you always realize why you guys got married in the first place, and may you love each other for the rest of your lives, man. Salud.
Salud. Look, he's Italian too, Marina. Salute. Why are you always saying Italian?
I think the only thing you got to tell the old lady is that you exceeded the 5-minute speech, and that it was a little dirty but good. So just make sure you let her know that. Before we have Elizabeth talk, I'm gonna have Danny parents talk before you guys talk. All right?
Yo le voy a dar las gracias. Yo le voy a dar las gracias a todos por venir a la boda de mi hijo. Everybody knows how attached I'm with my son. Oh. And I had to break the whisker cord today. Pero JoAnn make them happy, okay? Thank you.
A todos me agarraron de improviso a mí. Para haber sabido hubiera hecho mi tarea antes de venir aquí, escribir algo especial. Pero lo que digo es, me sale del corazón. Mi hijo, su esposa y a todos ustedes que están presentes aquí les deseo lo mejor. Estoy muy contento, es un día muy especial para mí, para mi familia, mi esposa, mi hijo, mi hija, mi persona, mis hermanos, mi familia, mi suegra que está presente. No hay una persona que no sea especial para mí hoy este día. Lo único que deseo especialmente es que mi hijo sea muy feliz y que tenga una nueva hija en mi familia, y es muy importante para mí. Siempre que haya el respeto que se debe dar mutuamente entre ellos. Y le pido a Dios que sean muy felices. Gracias.
Now we're gonna have Elizabeth.
Bueno.
She's seen her in Mexico,
hello, everyone. After 5 days.
After 5 days.
I am very honored to be part of JoAnn and Danny's wedding. As you may know, a lot of you know, I've been excited for this day to come. I was hoping I was as helpful to JoAnn as other people was helpful to me when I was getting married. And a lot of people know that I believe in karma. What goes around comes around. So when JoAnn got married, I wanted to be as helpful to her and have her wedding to be as pleasant and as easy as, as possible to a bride. How we met about 9 years ago when I started working in the ER. For a lot of you, JoAnn is quiet. She keeps to herself. But I don't know, I think a couple of weeks ago we started talking on how we actually clicked. I don't think I gave up on her. We were working opposite schedules as usual, and I was working crazy hours, but somehow, rather, we ended up clicking through parties or get-togethers, and next thing you know, she had a baby, I had a baby, and we bonded. And here we are 9 years later. I always tell my friends that they're my family. Pretty much my friends are secondary to my family, especially here in Chicago. And aside from my husband and his family. And JoAnn and her family and my friends are certainly become mine. JoAnn is like a sister to me. I think I talk to her more than I talk to my husband every day. And she knows it. Everybody knows it. So she's a strong woman. She's a great woman. We share a lot of commonalities. My niece and her oldest daughter, her youngest daughter and my oldest daughter are very close. And through the years, our friends, her friends, family get-togethers, we've just reunited together. I love you as my sister. I'm glad that we got to know each other the way we have. And we've shared many good times, bad times, happy times, sad times, and so on and so forth. And when you met Danny, there's not much to say, but I love him myself. And I fell in love with him even more when he saved my life. So I know it's a running joke that I call him my hero. Some of you may know this joke like about 2 years ago. Yes, I'm gonna bring it up because most of my friends who were there at that dinner were nurses. And I was half blind and I couldn't barely drive. And after dinner, everybody looked to the left. But Danny insisted that he talked to JoAnn, pulled her aside, and that they take separate cars and she follows us home while he takes me home so that I don't have to drive unsafely. So I even fell in love with Danny. But I know that if this man can take care of his girlfriend's friend at that time, he will be a good husband. And JoAnn deserves the best that she can get. So congratulations to you both. There's two things that I got out of Father Bus today. He took the words out of my mouth. 100% and perseverance. And those two words were exactly what I was thinking of. Give your 100% to each other and persevere and don't give up. And I know I always tell this to JoAnn, patience. I have a lot of patience for people, but God knows my husband has a lot of patience for me. So it goes in full circle. Good luck, have a great marriage. Your friends and family are here for you. If you need anything, congratulations.
And the last one, because I know you guys want to eat, is Tony. The best one for the last, right?
Alright, I'm just quite nervous. I wrote my speech. I guess I'm the only loser here. Being a teacher, you would think I would be comfortable with speaking in public, but kind of not. So, give me a second. Paper doesn't want to work with me. Alright. Today we come together to rejoice Danny and JoAnn's marriage. Believe it or not, 8 years ago when I first met Danny, he was not too fond about me. If I was there, he got up and left the room. Never said a word. It took 4 years for him to finally speak to me. Over the years of our friendship, it has grown. It has grown so much that his sister and mother have said that we are like a couple. JoAnn, I would like to reassure you that we're not. Give me a second. Danny, I'll return your keys at the end of the party. Alright. I guess it's time. No, sorry. I got lost again. Alright. I would like to think that I'm like the brother he never had. As your brother, I will always be there for you as your unlicensed plumber, unlicensed mechanic, babysitter, unlicensed electrician, whatever you guys would like. I'm there for you. JoAnn, welcome to the family. You have finally beat me to the punch. Cheers.